Good afternoon, Pokésports. It's your host, Mike, and I play with two Pokemon on the field. My friends, today I am back from Toronto Regionals, and while I was there, I met this wonderful person named Sonnie. Sonnie, we stopped and we chatted for a little bit, and he showed me this team that involves an ENAMORUS and a MILOTIC. ENAMORUS, he likes to call it. I'm going to tell you a little story when we get into the battles there. But ENAMORUS, MILOTIC, Arcanine, URSHIFU, Thundurus, and Rillaboom, an amazing team that really synergizes super well with each other. I've shown this off before, but Thundurus with Eerie Impulse and Scary Face onto an ENAMORUS with Contrary means that everything that you're doing to it is actually opposite, right? So your Eerie Impulse, which takes down special attack by 2 stages, or your Scary Face, which brings down speed by 2 stages, is actually buffing your ENAMORUS by 2 of those respective stages. So getting a good swap in on an ENAMORUS with an ENAMORUS into an Eerie Impulse or a Scary Face can really help to set up right at the beginning. You've also got Arcanine there, Hisuian Arcanine with Intimidate, a great Intimidate setter that you can use right at the beginning to go and intimidate any kind of, like, I don't know, Iron Hands or Ogerpon that people might be leading with, and then you swap that out into ENAMORUS, and then you have something else to go and receive a buff from. Speaking of buffs, we've got MILOTIC with Competitive. There's a ton of Intimidate users, Arcanine included, out there right now. There's Gyarados, there's Landorus, there's Arcanine. And, you know, having a MILOTIC there to go and soak up one of those attack downs to make its special attack go up is pretty awesome when it hits. Plus, you've got Coil and Hypnosis, which, if you're unaware, Coil increases your attack, defense, and accuracy. Hypnosis puts the Pokemon to sleep. Come on, where have you been? Then Icy Wind and Scald to go and do the big damage as well. Really good team, really interesting team. I can't wait to get into this. Thank you right off the top, Sonnie, for supplying this team. It looks amazing, and I'm so glad that you got to bring it to Toronto. Really happy to see a lot of people in Toronto actually while I'm here, but I digress. Let's get into the first battle. Let's hop onto the dance floor. Let's see what we can do. Come on. All right. I've seen this team. I have seen this team all over the place. Heatran, Chi-Yu, Wellspring, Ogerpon. Like, this team is just everywhere. And you know what? I don't mind that. It gives me something to look forward to. It gives me something to guess is going to come. But what that does make me feel like doing is going a little ENAMORUS. I've got a story to tell you once we start the game here. I do think I can lead with Roscoe and be all right. I want to bring the Thundurus. I want to bring either Roscoe, Gorilla Glue, or Jackie. Who's going to... Well, I mean, they're going to get switched out anyway. So it's probably going to be Arcanine, just so I can get the Intimidate off on the hordes of physical Pokemon, half the team. And then we're going to bring in ENAMORUS in the back. And yeah, you know what? MILOTIC sounds good enough to me. So we're going to go ahead and bring ENAMORUS. So here's a story for you. All right. During the actual event, during the regional, all right, we see a lot of people. People sometimes come up to us, say hello. You know, I ask them how their run is going. So Sonnie, the person who has this team, came up and was like, you know, introduced himself. Really, really nice guy. Sonnie, you're the best. Honestly, you're great. I had asked what team he's playing, and he said that he's playing ENAMORUS. And for me, I was like, what's ENAMORUS? Like, just for a split second, I was like, I don't know if I've heard that before, but obviously it takes you like 2 seconds to realize that that's ENAMORUS and MILOTIC. But that sent me on a course for the rest of the day, and Kevin can attribute to that, where all I was doing was going ENAMORUS just all the time. So Sonnie, you don't know that, but you influenced the rest of my afternoon. I do want to go and hit an Eerie Impulse, though I am worried about the Iron Hands going for like a fake out here, so I should probably consider not doing that. I'm going to hit a Scary Face. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit a Scary Face and I'm going to hit a Rock Slide. Scary Face and a Rock Slide on these guys. Because then what this will do, I guess I could have also just like really hit that thing. Well, okay, well, it still is not slower than my Arcanine, but still, fine. I may want to... sorry, broke my train of thought because I realized that the Arcanine is going after the Iron Hands. Whoa. Whoa. What? All right. I mean, that's fine. I intimidated it, so it was lower anyway. I think what I can do is go for an Eerie Impulse. This time on Arcanine. I'm going to swap Arcanine out into Enamorus, because honestly, Enamorus can take that. Exactly what just happened, Enamorus can take that. So we'll just swap that out. Anyway, yeah, Sonnie, you don't realize you did this, but you influenced the rest of my afternoon. Because all I was doing while I was sitting there, I was just like, Milo. And Kevin would just keep looking over to me like, what are you saying? I'm saying Milo. And then it turned into like, you know, the song Budapest. I was in Budapest. My grand piano, my beautiful Castillo, you, Milo, is where that would go every single time. Give me one more reason why I should never make a change. Malo. I'm gonna go for a Dazzle. Why am I going for Tera here? I don't know if I need to. I think I can just Dazzle and Gleam for the win here. Right? Yeah, I do need to make an Enamorus faster though. Because I'm worried about how fast it is right now. 157. It is faster than the Iron Hands, thankfully. Well, whatever. Yeah, we'll go for Dazzling Gleam. I don't think I need to make it +4 special attack. I'm using Scary Face on it, so I'm upping the speed. Oh. That too is Dandori. Anyway, now at least my Enamorus is going to be faster. And if it can survive this next turn, which I'm pretty sure it can, then I can Earth Power that Iron Hands. However, it is probably going to Heavy Slam, which is something I didn't think about. No, it has Thunder Punch. Oh, it's this one. Wow, it's strong. What? Why is this Iron Hands just so beefy? My, oh my. All right, well, we'll go for the Milo. Enim. And nice, very nice. So we get hit by Intimidate just in time to get the to get competitive off. Now where this is great is that I can go ahead and hit a Scald on that. So I should probably just Scary Face the Landorus. I could also Scary Face my own Milotic, honestly, but I don't think I would like to do that. Now, I could also use Coil. I'm concerned. Well, actually, for all the defense, actually. If I'm going to Terrastalize, then why don't I just go for Icy Wind? And if I'm going to go for... Yeah, no. I'm going to Terrastalize. I'll go for Icy Wind. I'm going to try and hit that Landorus. Perfect. They're going to go and withdraw that. That Scald isn't going to hit a non-target. And Icy Wind is actually neutrally effective against that. So I'm happy. Ooh, in the next turn I could go for oh, wait a second. Now that I've Terrastalized, now I'm scared. But it's fine. It'll be okay. That's going to be a -3 speed Landorus. Next turn we're going to hit it real good. And it's not going to Stomping Tantrum the Milotic, because why would it Stomping Tantrum the Milotic? Because it's gone. It is straight up KO'd. That thing is out of here. Love that for me. I can go for a Taunt. Let me try and think if Taunt is actually the right choice here. I think it might be, honestly. Because that Wellspring Ogerpon is already -1 speed. If I just go for the Taunt on that, then it can't go for like a spiky shield, though why would it? Nah, let's just go for damage. We'll go for damage on that. We'll go for Scald on the Iron Hands. It's probably going to go for a Fake Out. Yep, and that's okay. Because honestly, I think I have more than enough defense to just kind of be all right against things. If this thing crits me, then I would be gone anyway. Surprising to see that that is still going before my Milotic, though. It does make me kind of want to go for a... Oh, I could go for a Scary Face followed by a Coil. Does that actually help me, though? No. No, I think the Scary Face on the Hearthflame, on the Wellspring, plus a Scald on the this is fine. Because what do I have in the back? Arcanine. I can just Extreme Speed down that thing. Yeah. We'll be all right with that. I don't think I'm gonna... I might go down this turn, honestly, with how much damage that did. But, again, I think we're gonna be just fine. Hey, this was a good... this is a good team. I like this team. I was about to say this is a good first match, but I'm like, I am 2 turns away at least from winning the game. I should not be talking like that. But really, I do think that this is a more or less win. I don't even need to go for Extreme Speed now. I'm so fast. Because again, the Wellspring is like, what, minus a billion speed right now? Plus minus attack. Hey, that thing's... It's not doing anything. Okay, we'll go for a Thunderbolt and a... just Flare Blitz. Blitz it. Okay. It's not going to do nearly enough. So yeah, the whole idea is you use the Thunderous, you use the moves on Enamorus, you contrary whatever you're using. So if you're using Eerie Impulse, then that ups your special attack. If you use Scary Face, then that ups your speed. If you catch a good switch in like I did in this one, then, you know, you can up the special attack on the first turn and up the speed on the second. And like while they're still trying to figure out what to do against the Enamorus that just swapped in, they, you know, you set yourself up. It's really nice like that. Anyway, we took out our own Arcanine, but we also took the win. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Really, that was a very fun first game. Let's go on to the next. Let's see what we can do else with this team. All right, let's go. All right, going up against Samuel, and this one's a Dondozo player. Oh, this is Trick Room. This is Trick Room, kind of. Has Trick Room elements, but you know what? I am still fairly confident on ENAMORUS. I think I can go ENAMORUS pretty consistently here. Now, having the URSHIFU, the single strike URSHIFU here, is nice, but I don't think I'm going to be bringing it against this Dondozo. A lot of Dondozos I've seen these days are Dragon Tera. And so I think having this Enamorus is actually going to be really, really nice. I could bring the same thing that I brought the last time. I don't hate that. There's quite a bit of physical on this. Everything that I like really care about is physical here. So I'm going to just bring this Enamorus. And then the Milotic is a decent swap in to the Dondozo. Putting it to sleep is actually really, really, really positive. So yeah, let's go with this. Yeah, I think having Hypnosis on Milotic is huge. Coiling to make sure that the Hypnosis hits is, again, huge. Really, really good. So yeah, I mean, we'll run with that. If anything, that Milotic is just going to be Coil, Hypnosis person. That's going to be my person for that. So I'm glad that I got the Arcanine out there to hit the Intimidate on the Iron Hands. I'm not the biggest fan of the Glimmora right now, though. So I almost want to say that I'll do something about that, but I don't know if I will. Hitting a Scary Face isn't really good here. Hitting a Thunderbolt isn't really good here. Switching isn't even really that good into ENAMORUS because I need to hit an Earth Power actually to take out the Glimmora, which leaves me open to the Iron Hands. So maybe I should just go for the Thunderbolt on this. Let's go for Rock Slide Psychic Fangs, actually. I kind of like Psychic Fangs, actually. Let's do it. Let's do that. Iron Hands is going to use Fake Out, so that means my Thundurus isn't going to do anything, but honestly, that's okay. Oh, that's an Oko. Oh, that's an Oko. Well, isn't that wild? Okay. Well, you know what? You know who just made it to the very top of my hit list? Glimmora. Gonna have to take that thing out real quick. Let's go for an Eerie Impulse on the ENAMORUS. Let's Terrastalize so that the Iron Hands doesn't take me out with a Heavy Slam. And then we'll Earth Power this. Yes. I want to get rid of that thing now. It has sufficiently made me mad. I don't want it in my life anymore. It's put itself up at threat number 1 for me. And I recognize that I fully, like 3 minutes ago, was like, oh, the only things that I care about on this team are physical. No, not anymore. It used to be. This ENAMORUS has earned my respect. And so now I Terrastalize for it. I Eerie Impulse myself. And then I Earth Power. So there we go. And that thing is down to Sash? Yeah, it's down to Sash. However, this might be good for whatever poison move it's got coming up. Yeah, there's a Mortal Spin. I was going to say it was either going to be Mortal Spin or it was going to be Venoshock, but yeah, not going to happen. Glad that it's wild charging the ENAMORUS. That did quite a bit of damage. And now that neither of them have any kind of priority here, I think I'm just going to Thunderbolt and Earth Power? Is it Earth Power or is it Dazzling Gleam? What's the difference? Do they have any flying types on their team? They have Cresselia. But I'm not going to do that. I think attacking this is still the right call. Because one of them could swap into Cresselia. They just decided to not, and I love that. Yeah. Still, I'm going to take out the Glimmora here. So that's fine. Yeah, the Drain Punch doesn't heal very much. It's not ideal. I don't like that they got a Drain Punch off on that. I was hoping to take it out with an Earth Power, but it didn't quite happen. But at least the Glimmora is down. So, you know, I got that taken care of. If Cresselia comes out, I'm still going to be quite happy, actually, because I do still have my Taunter. Unfortunately, that does mean that you know, it probably has a mental wherever it you know, is still going to try and Trick Room me, something like that. But no, it's just going to be Dondozo Tatsugiri, which is wonderful because I can just go for a Thunderbolt and a Hypnosis. I mean, the Iron Hands is highly likely to switch out here, but still, let's just try and like make sure this thing goes to sleep right now. Okay? And then from there, we can start coiling. Yeah. So away goes the Iron Hands. I still think I had to Thunderbolt that slot because if the Iron Hands chose not, or if they chose not to do that, then I would have been in even bigger trouble. So. Now, what I could have done, too, is Eerie Impulse the Dondozo. That might have actually been a way better play than the straight-up miss that I did. Okay, so we got Dragon Dozo. Thunderbolt wouldn't have done too much anyway, but at least now it gets to order up. That's going to take out my Thunderous for sure. Yeah, there that goes. So that's going to bring up the speed, right? Ooh, I'm in such a yucky position. Yeah, so not only did they avoid it, but honestly, I don't think I win from here. Scald, yeah, I mean, it's going to do the little damage that it does, but no. This is just a no game. No. We're going to get out of here. Because at this point, it's a +2 Dragon Tera Dondozo, right? With order up. It's going to be doing massive damage to me. Even if I go and coil, it is highly likely unaware. So any kind of plus defenses that I decide to do, I'm just not going to get. The only way I think that play worked out is if I go for an Eerie Impulse. Not an Eerie Impulse, sorry. A Scary Face, bring down the speed, have my Milotic go next, go for a Hypnosis, and hit the Hypnosis. But as you saw, I did miss the Hypnosis that turn anyways, so even if I had targeted the right thing with the Scary Face, wouldn't have worked. Anyway, hey, fun game. Let's go on to the next one. GG. See, it's always the Pokemon that you underestimate that end up being the ones that serve it to you. In that last one, it was the Glimmora, and this one, it could be any number of these guys, honestly. It could be the Gyarados, it could be the Tyranitar, it could be the Weezing. But you know what I believe in? I believe in Enamilo. So I might just want to slap that down. But again, like I keep going up against Iron Hand's leads, and they do end up like feeling the same way. And by that, I mean, not great. And even, Sonnie says that, it's a tough lead against things that have interruptions, fake out, focus sash, follow me, that kind of stuff. So instead of Thunderous, I am going to bring Rillaboom this time. And I think that Milotic can join us because I like that against the Gyarados there. But I think I found in that last battle how if you, and I think we Sonnie and I had this conversation too, where if Milotic isn't in a position where it shines, it like does the polar opposite of that. Like, you know how there are some Pokemon who like, yeah, okay, the matchup isn't great against it, but like, it can still contribute. Milotic against a Dragon Tera Dondozo can like Icy Wind and put it to sleep. That is the two things. Those are the two things that Milotic can do. Anyway, no Intimidate, no Intimidate, no Photosynthesis, no Grassy Surge, and that is all fine and dandy. I don't hate any of those things. Because I can't just go for Psychic Fangs on the Weezing, honestly. I don't totally hate that. I could also go for Fake Out on it, but I don't really see the point of that when I can just go for a Wood Hammer on the Fluttermane. It is kind of tough in a best of one. It's kind of tough in a best of one to gauge from here what's going on, because that could be a Focus Sash Fluttermane there. Although I do think Booster Energy does still go off in Neutralizing Gas. Oh, plus it's... Wait a second, what? Why did the Gyarados do that? Okay. We did the big damage. Is that Ability Shield? Wait, is that what Ability Shield is? Well, okay, I guess I'm locked into Psychic Fangs. So we'll just do that. I mean, I guess that's fine. Okay. And then we just attack the Gyarados. You know what, now that I think about it, yeah, the Roaring Moon is probably the one that has the... Okay. The Roaring Moon is probably the one that has the booster energy. That Fluttermane either has Specs or Sash, I bet. Psychic Fangs does pretty good. Ooh, hang on. Idea. I could attack the Weezing, but the Weezing could protect here. I wouldn't want that. Also, I might not take it out, turns out. I think I can just keep doing the same thing. I don't know if swapping into my... Yeah, well, actually, swapping into Milotic is a good idea here. I've just been kind of closing my eyes and forgetting the fact that, you know, I'm up against a Gyarados. I'm not actually going to switch my Rillaboom here. I'll keep this. I'll keep this. I could taunt the Weezing. I really want to taunt the Weezing, but I'm not going to taunt the Weezing. I think what my opponent's probably going to assume that I do is, you know, keep in the Arcanine, because I've just shown that I would. That I am, you know, a little slow on the uptake for that one. But I'm just going to do the same thing. They'll attack into the Milotic slot with a Waterfall. No, they're going to do that now. Okay, that's fine. I need to taunt everybody. I think everybody needs a taunt. Gunk Shot misses, that's helpful. You know, I'm hesitant to coil. I want to coil, but I'm hesitant to. Because it doesn't really do too much for me apart from make my Hypnosises hit more, and my Icy Winds, I guess. The defense up doesn't help me against anything but the Gyarados right now, and I could take out the Gyarados if I really tried. And I am going to try right now with Rillaboom. Waterfall's not going to do it. Yeah, so next turn I'll... Oh, nice burn. Next turn I'm going to take out that Weezing, if it doesn't protect. Yeah, down goes the Gyarados. Love that we've gone through all this right now without losing a Pokemon, because I just keep avoiding gunk shots. My Rillaboom is just... You can't see me. Cannot see me. Rillaboom's just John Cena all over the place. All right. Are they going to bring back in the Fluttermane now, though? They could. They very well could. Am I going to want to coil for Hypnosis? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think hitting a Hypnosis here is super necessary. I do have Urshifu for hitting a Wicked Blow later. I kind of want a Hypnosis. I kind of want to put it to sleep, though. Because what if the Weezing just, you know, protects again? He loves to do that. Can't get enough of it. It's not even worth... it's pretty worth switching into Arcanine here, actually. Okay. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hope that they Terrastalize the Fluttermane here. Just hit a big old Tera Fairy Fluttermane, do no damage to my Arcanine, and, you know, let me be able to Extreme Speed. No, they're not going to do that. But they are going to Dazzling Gleam. I like that. I missed the Hypnosis. You know what I should have done? Hit the Coil. Honestly, it is more than okay, though. Next turn, I can go for a Rock Slide plus a... Should I... Let's just bite the bullet. Just go for Coil. Just, I don't know why I'm choosing not to go for Coil all these times. Just do it. You'll hit more Hypnosises. You never know when you actually need a Hypnosis. You just get the Hypnosis. They've missed like 3 gunk shots. Why can't I miss a Hypnosis? So every time the Arcanine comes out, they get a little scared. They bring the Flutter Mane out. Makes sense. But that does buy me a free turn to Coil. And there's the booster energy. Yeah. Right, because Photosynthesis does still go through with that. The unfortunate part is now that Neutralizing Gas is gone, now my Intimidate's going to go off. So it's unfortunate for them that they brought out the Roaring Moon right at that point. Milo's attack's going to go up. Defense and accuracy. It's relevant against the Roaring Moon. So honestly, this is a really good situation. The only thing that I need to do right now is protect my Milotic against the rest of their team, which is just Flutter Mane. I have sufficiently nerfed this Roaring Moon against my Milotic, so I can just Terrastalize here to be not very effective against the Fairy. I can go for Hypnosis on this thing, put that thing to sleep. And then Rock Slide? No, you know what? I think this is a good enough time to sack the Rillaboom. Because then I can bring Arcanine back in later and make the Roaring Moon -2. Because that thing has Photosynthesis up right now. I don't want to mess around with that thing. Especially when that's gonna Terrastalize and go for Acrobatics on me. Like I need to nerf that thing. Oh, it's not. It's going to actually Tera Grass. Energy Ball? Still, even if it's Energy Ball, Tera Poison is going to be nice. Okay. So we've got Tera Poison Milotic in full effect. Yeah. Good. Good. Great Tera then. Love that. Oh, it's Dragon Dancing to try and get itself back up there. Well, now I have put that thing to sleep, so that's great. And I think what I should do is actually Fake Out and Hypnosis again. Now, mind you, I can still miss a Hypnosis. I've gone up like a decent chunk in terms of accuracy here, but I can still miss. Should I Icy Wind this or Hypnosis? I am going to Hypnosis. Because I just don't want it to attack. I don't want the Roaring Moon to attack. So please put it to sleep. Okay. The Flutter Mane is fast asleep. That's good. That's fine. And there we go. See, and this is why we coil. And this is why we coil. So we hit these things more. Right? Now I can go for Icy Wind with Milotic because that is super effective on both. That's great. Milotic's healing a ton here. Love that. Now, question is, do I want to swap out the Rillaboom? I think I do. I think that's the right call here. I'm going to Icy Wind this. And then I swap Rillaboom back into Arcanine again to drop the attack of the Roaring Moon. Oh, and they just chose to... Cool. All right. That works. I love that. Great. So that was a nice, easy win. It wasn't an easy win. Honestly, that was closer than I thought it would be. I really enjoyed that, though. Let's move on to the next. GG. I don't know how many games we've done, honestly. I think this might be actually the 4th, and I'm down for it. All right, we're going up with against Mela here. Mela is both bringing a lot of Intimidate. Whoa, that's a lot of Intimidate. Plus the Iron Hands. I think it's Enam Milo. I think we're going back to Enam Milo. That's just exactly what we're gonna do. And again, the Iron Hands. It's on every team, every single team. But I don't hate this lead against Iron Hands because at least I get to intimidate it. But do I really want to do that when they have a Kingambit? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because if they bring out the Kingambit first, then I think I just like Flare Blitz right into it. And then Enam Milo. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Because the problem with Kingambit is when you intimidate it, you actually give it a +1 because of Defiant. But I think as long as I remember not to prankster attack into that, I think I'll be all right. Why? Because it's a dark type, actually. People who've been with me long enough know that I have trouble remembering certain things in this game. Psychic Terrain was one of them, not so much anymore. But prankster into dark types is, for some reason, it eludes me. I could go for an Eerie Impulse. I will go for a Taunt, in fact. I think that just makes more sense. I think actually I'll go for a Flare Blitz on the Dusk Ops as well. Yeah, I'm not going to swap in right now because I am fearing a Trick Room. Like, very much fearing a Trick Room. Yeah, just attack the Dusclops. I would, again, I do think that Taunt isn't going to work, but apparently it will because they're targeting that. Okay, great. I'll take that. I will take that. Wild. And it can't use Trick Room. Yeah, there it is. That's wonderful. I love that they did that to the Arcanine instead. I will now take the opportunity to Eerie Impulse my Arcanine and swap that into an Enamorus. Thank you very much. And I think I'm going to treat myself to a +4 if I can. If they allow me the chance, if they allow it, I will in fact treat myself to a +4. Because I think I've earned it. It's been a long day. I have gone to work. Work was stressful. You know, my boss just doesn't understand. So I come home at the end of the day. I crack open a nice bottle of Eerie Impulse, and I treat myself to a +4. So here comes Enamorus. I have a feeling I'm going to get hit with a Drain Punch here. Ooh. They're terastallizing the Iron Hands to something I don't like. But that's all right. As long as they're not swapping out the Dusclops, I'm happy. So here's the first Eerie Impulse to get me to a +2. I'm halfway there. They knew it was coming, and I hate them for it. They knew it was coming. They knew I wanted to treat myself to a +4, and they said, nah. Still, I'm gonna do this. Just hit this guy with an Earth Power, +4 Earth Power. Do they have any kind of flyers? Yes, they do. But they're not gonna do it. They're totally gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. Dazzling Gleam is effective, but it's only +4. Just do it. Just do it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. No. Stop. Don't Gyarados it. Oh, good. Okay, good. Good. I will take that. They're going to KO my Enamorus here with a Nightshade. I know it. I know they will. But they've gotten rid of their Kingambit, so that's something at least, right? Guess I could have done that with a Dazzling Gleam, but still. Oh, I'm not even going to get KO'd with Nightshade. I'm just going to KO myself with my Life Orb. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Shaking off the taunt. Oh no, now they can do this properly, so I need to. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. I have an idea. That's going to be Iron Hands, right? Yeah. Okay. I think they're like 100,000% going to fake out my Thunderous here, right? I'm going to go for Taunt just in case they don't. I'm going to Terrastallize just in case they Wild Charge my Milotic, but I am going to Coil. This is the time to Coil. Because what I'm going to have to do is assume that Trick Room is going to go off. I assume that they're going to fake out my Thunderous. Yeah, because they want to have Trick Room this time. That's okay. We deal with it. We deal with it. Bring up the defense, attack, and accuracy, not in that order. Trick Room happened. You know? It's true. It's here now. And now I'm going to want a Scary Face. I Scary Face my own Milotic so that I can Hypnosis the... Oh, who? I'm going to say the Iron Hands. Sure. I will hypnotize somebody. Oh, okay. Well, actually, this is great in this sense because my competitive is going to give me a +1. My Scary Face is also going to trigger competitive, is it not? So that's going to give me a +2. And I'm going to put the Gyarados to sleep. The Dusclops is still faster than me. I do have to realize that. Realize and remember. But now I can bring out the Arcanine, and there's not... I want to say there's not too much that they can do at this point. But I might be wrong and have been wrong several times before. So let's go for a Rock Slide. Let's try and just keep up with this game. Again, I am +2. So +2 Scald is pretty good. It's pretty good on this Dusclops. Oh, well, it was. It was until that happened. I mean, this player has my number, honestly. Like, I've just gotten a call from them, and they said, you know, hey, how's it going? Who'd I miss? Obviously, I didn't want to miss the Gyarados. But this is what we live in. Let's, should I even think about hypnotizing the Dusclops? No, I don't think so. It's not that big of a pain split. If I KO everything but the Dusclops, is that gonna be okay? If I burn this, I'm happy. No, well, that's still not gonna take it out. The Rock Slide on that would take out the guy. There's one turn left on Trick Room. Blah. Rock Slide. Now, Hypnosis on the Dusclops. Hypnosis is never a bad thing, I think. Because that keeps happening. And I'm getting so lucky with these sleep turns, but I'll take that. Hypnosis is still going to put this guy to sleep. I like that. So this way, next turn, at least, the Arcanine is going to be forced to, or sorry, the Iron Hands is going to be forced to. Actually, I was going to say I was going to be forced to fake out my Arcanine, but probably not. Well, it could go either way, I think. My Arcanine is going to be faster than the Iron Hands. That is a fact. I'm not sure if the Milotic is still slower or not. No, it's not. It's faster because of the haze. So it doesn't really matter who they target, but I do want to take out this Iron Hands. Oh, that's good damage. Oh, that's a good crit. That's a good crit. That's a good scald. And now it's just a Milotic and Arcanine versus a Dusclops, which honestly, this was what ruined my this is what ruined my regional experience. Wow, I don't know if I've talked about this. This is what ruined my regional experience. I was walled with my Hyper Offense teams, with Dusclops specifically, with a Moongus specifically, with just those two Pokemon. Like I was 3-0 going into round 4, and then I just started hitting all the defensive teams, and I just could not break them. I could not break this Dusclops. So having this situation right now where it's just a sleeping Dusclops against two of my Pokemon, it's very cathartic for me. So thank you. That would be round 4 for me. No, that would have been game 1, and then they'd come back and do something crazy and beat me down for the next 2 games. But anyway, that was my lived experience, and now it's also yours. I want to thank you so much for watching this, and I really want to thank Sonnie for supplying this team. He really didn't have to. Just as we were talking, I was like, hey, can you pass me that team? I'm kind of curious to use this. I love this team so much. I think this is an awesome team. And no wonder it did as well as it did in the regional. I'm so glad that you brought it. The Milotic, it does so much work. Hypnosis is great when you've coiled, turns out. Scald is still useful. Icy Wind is still useful. It's a great Pokemon. Rillaboom's awesome. The Hisuian Arcanine, I have developed so much love and care for Hisuian Arcanine over the course of the last regional and through this team, that just having that Intimidate user on such a strong Pokemon with Choice Band is invaluable. It's invaluable. It's awesome to have. I didn't bring the Urshifu at all, but honestly, Urshifu is one of those Pokemon that's like, it's just good to have on your team in case you ever need it. And there are situations that call for it. There are probably situations in the past couple of games where I could have brought an Urshifu and done just as well. But there's so many other cool Pokemon in this team. I wanted to really try that out. We've got ENAMORUS as well. ENAMORUS, just the hidden gem with the Thunderous combo. Once you can get a good Eerie Impulse off, as long as they don't call you out on it and go for that Heavy Slam, you're good to just go and set up. I punctuate every one of these with it's great, but it is. And then Thunderous with Eerie Impulse and Scary Face, like those are the two like mega interesting moves on Thunderous. Thunderbolt and Taunt it's great they're there, but Eerie Impulse and Scary Face are two moves that I don't think people really consider too often when they're team building. Like what happens if a Thunderous comes out and hits me with an Eerie Impulse or hits me with a Scary Face? Man, Dusclops with Haze though. Really hate Dusclops with Haze. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.